Jenny from Team Super Awesome Art, and today I have 4 custom Funko Pops to share with you guys. They are all Dragon Ball Z Pops, and they just so happen to be the 4 stages of Brawley. I did not work on this set. This set was all done by Hutch. I'm going to roll some footage of him actually working on all of these, and then at the end of the video we'll go over everything that he did to make these guys. So please stick around for all that. Alright, so this is one of 4 Brawleys that we're working on, well that Hutch is working on. We mixed a UFC body with a Goku head, and then that's the UFC head. Are we using that head?
Maybe.
I think we're using it for another Brawley. We'll see. We're working on 4 and we've mixed up 4 bodies, I think.
Yes.
So this is the one that he's working on now. He has 2 that he's worked on previously, and they're over here. I wasn't able to get these because he's been working pretty quick, and I've been too busy to set up the camera. So this is Super Saiyan God Brawley, right? The biggest one?
I don't think so. I think it's just going to be the legendary Super Saiyan Brawley.
Oh, this is legendary Super Saiyan Brawley. That's going to be the biggest one?
Yeah.
Then this one here is the black-haired Brawley, right?
Yeah.
So these were both, well, one was a UFC body, and then the other one was a Super Saiyan Goku body. Is this one, and then this is a UFC body, and it's really cool because if you look at them, this one's actually slightly bigger than this one, which is cool because he's a bigger character. That's going to be a nice touch. That one's bigger than the other. And then we are still missing a 4th one that he's going to start working on. So yeah, this is the one that he's working on now. We'll see how he turns out. Alright guys, first up is the regular dark-haired Brawley, and for this pop, Hutch used a Goku pop for the body and then a wrestler pop for the head. I can't quite remember which two he used, so I'm just going to put them right here so you can check those out. So for this one, he did a head swap, and he also repositioned the arms on this figure, as well as sculpt the hair, all his accessories, his clothes, and of course all those muscles. And he also added little crystals to embellish this guy as well. The next one up is Super Saiyan Brawley, and for this one he used a Goku body as well as a UFC head. And for this one he had to, he didn't adjust the arms. The arms, he kept them the way they are. They come on the pop, and then he just added all this hair to the UFC pop, which is pretty incredible because UFC pops come pretty bare. He also added all his muscles and then gave him jewels as well. Is the neon green-haired Brawley, and for this one he used a UFC pop for the, I'm not sure what, for the head and body?
Yes.
Oh. For this one he used a UFC pop for the head and the body, so he did not have to do a head swap on this one, and he repositioned his right arm to give it a new pose. He also sculpted all the muscles, all his clothes, and again all this hair, and this one also got crystals. And last but certainly not least is God Brawley, and this one is huge. It was a lot of work. For this one he used a UFC body and a Goku head, and for the body he repositioned the arms on this guy, and then he added hair to the front of this pop as well as the back. This was definitely the most work. He sculpted all the muscles, all his clothes, like I said, all this hair. This one also has the jewels. What's really cool about this one is he also has metallic hair, so he looks different than the neon green-haired Brawley. One thing I forgot to mention is Hutch added earrings to all of their ears, both ears, and all the crystals that were used to embellish these guys are the same ones that we use on our custom crystal pops, and it adds a really cool little awesome sparkly detail to each of them. All of these have head swaps except for this guy. So this guy's the only one that has the same head and body that the pop came with. All the others are head swaps, and that's a question that we get asked very, very often is how do you do head swaps, or can you do head swaps? And it really just all depends on the two pops that you're swapping. So if the disc and the head match up, then your head swap will be very easy, and you just kind of glue it back together. You take off the head and glue the other one back on. If not, it does get a little tricky. For this one was a pretty simple head swap. The disc pretty much almost fit in perfectly, and then for this one though, it wasn't a perfect fit. The hole in this UFC pop head was smaller than the disc on the body. So what Hutch ended up doing was he molded a disc that would fit into this head and then cast it in resin and then used that disc. So the disc, the body, and the head are three separate pieces. Like I said, it can get a little tricky. It really just depends on the pops you're working with. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. If you don't want to mold and cast in resin, the other thing you can do is either, if the disc is too big, you can Dremel around the disc to make it a little bit smaller. That's probably the easiest thing to do. If not, you'd have to build it out with clay if the disc is too small and you need to make it bigger to cover the hole. So Yeah, that's the best advice I can give. These things aren't like Legos, they don't pop together, so sometimes it takes a little more work than others. Alright guys, I hope you like this set. This set is super beautiful. It was a commissioned request, so they're going to be going out to their new home soon. I'm glad I was able to share this with you guys. Let me know which version of Brawley is your favorite in the comments below. Also comment if you guys have any questions on any of this. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And as always guys, subscribe to see more cool stuff from us in the future. Thank you so much for watching.